Good evening and welcome to the February 6th meeting of the Police Accountability Board. We're going to begin with introductions.
Hi, my name is Steve Patterson. I'm an Alliance board member.
My name is Luam Teklaab, and I am the East District Council appointee.
I'm Rabbi Dora Settle. I'm the Northwest Council and Vice Chair, and in the absence of our chair tonight, who is working in Washington to save our democracy, I will be chairing tonight's meeting.
Great. Good evening. I'm William Clark. I am here to the board.
Sorry.
Good evening, Ben Whitwer, Deputy Executive Director, standing in for Dr. Leslie Myers, Smaller Executive Director.
And we do not yet have a quorum this evening, so we will be making announcements rather than having discussion or considering motions. And we're hoping that our quorum will arrive and we'll be able to get to business a little later. So to begin with, I'm going to ask Mr. Whitwer to deliver his staff report.
I think we need to first do the approval.
Well, we can't approve the minutes because we can't vote.
There you go. Yes, staff reports by division for the previous month of January, starting with the Public Affairs and Community Engagement Division. Our survey that we've been putting out to the community, it's received over 100 responses, and we are, hoping to continue. I'm just going to pause for Arlene Brown.
Okay.
So that she doesn't miss.
Okay.
Next to me today.
All right, so let's just go back.
We welcome Board Member Brown, and we now have a quorum. Thank you. So we can go back to the first item on our agenda, which is the approval of the minutes from the January 9th meeting. I don't know if people need to take a minute to review them.
I noticed they separated your title from the name. Oh, that probably needs to be corrected.
Okay. Any other? Nothing? All right, with that correction, anybody want to move to?
I'm one.
Okay, second, to approve the minutes, all in favor? Unanimous. All right. Now return to the staff report.
All right, just going over that correction, thank you. As I was mentioning about the community survey, it's available on our website, rockpab.org. We've also been circulating it in every area of the city, and we're excited about the responses that we're getting. We've also put together a PAB resource booklet, which is the culmination of a lot of work by our public affairs and community engagement team. It has all kinds of resources for people, whether it's about law enforcement or just how to get different types of legal help that's available. It's essentially a list of like who to call about what, and it also details obviously how people can avail themselves of the PAB services. So that booklet is available on our website. We've already also distributed several hundred paper copies, and we'll continue to do that. So if you do see us out in the community, we now have a nice resource booklet that we'd like to offer folks. The biggest probably thing to report on for community engagement is the event that was held last Tuesday at East High School, a forum titled How Many More? A Call for Change, Action, and Accountability. This event honored Robert Brooks, was planned in conjunction with his family, and engaged community members and provided a platform for discussions. The forum was very well attended, included voices, opportunities to hear from families who've been impacted by incarceration, and community members and leaders. The event was also streamed by hundreds of people on the PAB social media. I personally attended the event. It was really just amazing to engage with the community and just provide a space for people to come together around the tragedy of Mr. Brooks' death, and also just kind of talking about where we go from here. And I'd also like to invite anyone from the board. We had a number of board members attend, and if any of them want to speak about the event.
Yes, I'd like to. I thought it was a wonderful event. I mean, it was seamless, which really points to the organization that the staff had involved with it. anytime you have an event where it seems like nothing's gone wrong, that usually means there was a lot of people power behind it. So I'd like to celebrate the staff on a wonderful, successful event. And also a well thought out agenda that was very clear from the collaboration with the communities and having different spaces for different needs, but also really lifting up those voices, as Ben mentioned. It was just such a well done event, and loved the student performances and engaging the youth, especially given that we were in a school. So it was wonderful, and felt like it was also wonderful to see the incorporation of Mr. Robert Brooks's family there at the event. So well done to the PAB staff. I think that you succeeded in the mission.
Thank you.
I also would like to tip my hat to the PAB staff for putting on such an awesome event. I had two enormous takeaways. One, presence of the youth and how involved they were, and the fact that they have an opportunity to see the community come together to do something positive while they're young and impressionable, because they are the ones that will be taking the work on as we pass on. And so they get a chance to see that very early in their lives. My other takeaway is the fact that this event focused on solutions. That yes, heard from those who are incarcerated, families who have been affected by a lot of non-positive things that have happened around law enforcement. And that was great to hear firsthand. I was very, very moved. I'm going to do better as far as staying in contact and doing things. I also love the fact that we're putting together ideas on how to move forward so that the entire Rochester community comes together as one for safety for everyone in the community. Somehow or other, there are a few community persons who feel that it's us and them. We are all in this together. We all want the same thing. Positive, safe Rochester for all of its community members and visitors.
Thank you.
Yep, well said. We're really grateful to everyone who attended, thankful to all of our co-sponsors and just everyone who worked to put it on, certainly including all of our staff. So PAB is going to continue to try to hold spaces like this for the community and do outreach to faith leaders, small business owners, and community organizations. Moving to case management and investigations, we now have the intake form on our website in 13 different languages. So, if you, we're obviously excited about that improvement in terms of accessibility, and we really want people to know that no matter what your most comfortable language is, there's a way to, make a report of anything pertaining to RPD. And we have, staff who will ensure valid translations, and we'll follow up with you with an interpreter in the language of your choosing. Additionally, we're also working on improving our body-worn camera analysis by using cutting-edge video software that will help us to analyze audio and body-worn camera. And so we're really excited about potentially implementing exactly when phrases were uttered in footage, synchronized footage, for multiple angles and do all sorts of things like that. So we can put together, the best possible sort of understanding of what happened based on video evidence. So we're really excited about that. We've spoken to RPD about our implementation of that tool, and we're excited to get that underway. This month, the board voted on 2 closing reports. They were sent to RPD on the 23rd of January, and they were posted on our website today at rothpab.org. The public tracking numbers are 2022-0009, 2024-0070. You can also always sort by recency if you want to see what's new. And the board is going to be reviewing 3 more investigations this month. Moving to policy and oversight, we have received a data set from Monroe County relating to mental health calls that resulted in hospital transport. And by that, I mean like 911 calls for service or 311 calls where in sort of the mental health emergency was noted, and we're going to be analyzing that data to assess how law enforcement interacts with mental health crises and identify patterns. We are also looking at RPD's updated policy to General Order 680, which regards their policies on mass demonstrations and protests. And we are tracking the changes that they're making to those policies to ensure alignment with best practices. Last year, we put out a recommendation on the topic, and they are adopting some of our recommendations, but we're looking to identify precisely what changes it is that they're going to make. Breakthrough Leadership Consulting continues to work with us on our strategic plan. They completed initial focus groups with community stakeholders, faith leaders, the Rochester Police Department, our staff, our management, the board, and they're now integrating those findings as they develop the strategic plan. And the entire board, held a training with the Policy and Oversight Division last week. And at today's meeting, they'll vote on our upcoming policy slate for the coming year to 2 years. Dr. Leslie Meyer-Small, our executive director, participated in the city's Budget Equity Roadshow and engaged in discussions on resource allocation and equitable funding models, which we integrate into our budget. We have a number of personnel updates. Kanan Garajan has been selected and is completing pre-hire requirements for the Director of Investigations position. He's already been by to meet some of the staff, and he's starting on February 24th. We are also adding a staff attorney, Kevin Rambold, a former criminal defense attorney, who will be joining us on March 3rd. And we're still actively in the interview processes for investigator, bilingual case manager, policy data analyst. And right now there is still a job opening at the PAB that we're seeking applications for, and that is for digital forensic analyst. And that's a position that really emphasizes audio and video experience. So to work some cutting edge software, analyzing body worn camera, and if you have the skill set, there's still a couple of weeks to apply for that position. And you can see our job openings at our website, rockpab.org. In terms of just kind of miscellaneous updates to close, Dr. Meyer-Small has been having one-on-one meetings with all of the city council members. I know that she's met with most of them and has a couple that are scheduled, focusing on PAB priorities, challenges, and the upcoming budget. Plans for the proposed move of PAB office space to 57 St. Paul Street are progressing, and we've been coordinating with city officials and architects. We are looking to update this presentation. We understand that sometimes it's not always easy to hear everyone when you're streaming the board meeting. We have heard that feedback, and we've already had a consult. So hopefully soon you'll see a bit of a different setup, a crisper image with new camera functionality and stationary microphones for all the board members. So that's very clear to hear everyone, and we look forward to obviously improving that process. We're really happy that people stream our meetings, and we want to make it as clear as possible for you to understand. That also goes for non-speaking members of the community. Anyone can come to one of our board meetings.
You said non-speaking.
Non-English speaking members of the community, yes. Well, we also go for non-speaking. We go for any type of person who's in the community. We will make the board meeting accessible for you. It's a public meeting. You can always come in person, and if you let us know you're coming, we will arrange to have a translator available for you. If you want to stream it and you're streaming it on YouTube, it can close caption in the language of your choice using the YouTube settings. So those are two different accessibility options. But if you have any questions about how you might access a public PAB meeting, just call us at our hotline or email pab@cityofrochester.gov. Either way, we will work with you. If we need to translate the message, we'll translate the message, and then we'll work with you using an interpreter. Lastly, some people may know that the Locust Club filed a lawsuit against the city of Rochester in November last year relating to PAB activities, seeking essentially just to curtail all of the operations of the PAB. That our attorneys have filed a motion to dismiss, and that motion is being heard next week at the Supreme Courthouse in Monroe County, 99 Exchange, at 10 a.m. And the courtroom, I don't know the number of the courtroom, but if you just ask for the PAB case or Judge Waldorf, who's been assigned the case, for anyone who's interested in attending that court session,
The date?
it is February 13th, which is this coming Thursday at 10 a.m. Monroe County Supreme Court downtown on 99 Exchange. Otherwise, we had 9 cases that were referred to us in January, which is a bit low for us for a month, but it's also kind of common around the holiday season. I can tell you we're already into February and we've received quite a few, but in January we had 9 and we did close 2, which the board reviewed up on our website, as I said earlier. And you can just see for the board members who are here, the breakdown of the types of reports. We continue to receive reports in all the various ways. You can walk into our headquarters at 245 East Main Street. You can email us at pab@cityofrochester.gov. You can mail it in. If you complain to the professional standards section of RPD, they will notify us, and you can certainly submit it online at our website or by calling us. And we receive reports in any language that people of Rochester speak. So the PAB continues to make significant progress in its investigative work, community engagement, and policy recommendations, strategic planning, expanded oversight capabilities, and strong community partnerships. We remain dedicated to our mission of accountability and transparency. Thank you for your continued support and collaboration as we advance the mission of the PAB. That concludes the staff reports.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions? All right. Thanks so much. Our next item is a board vote on the slate of policy and oversight investigations. And for the public, just so you know, there are 9 areas, and I'm going to just sort of read the topics. Vehicular pursuits, sexual assault investigations, applications of artificial intelligence, the police collective bargaining agreement in relationship to arbitration, the collective bargaining agreement in relationship to overtime, law enforcement mutual aid agreements, language access at the police department, equitable policing, and intimate partner violence. And I would like to suggest that we vote on them as a slate, as a whole, but up or down. And I move to pass the slate. Someone want a second?
Yes, I second.
You, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, it's unanimous. Thank you so much to John Hall and all his folks who are working on policy and oversight. Great. Yes. Well, we're getting there. Okay. So, yes, so I'm sorry to say that it's my duty tonight to announce that we have an additional board opening as board member Daniel Cadet has resigned. And it's sad for us, but happy for him, as he will be returning to the New York City area to be with his extended family and some job opportunities that opened up for him. So we're very happy for him. We so deeply appreciate the work that he did with us on the board and his commitment to the work. And it also means that there are now 2 openings for membership on our board through the Police Accountability Board Alliance. And we hope that folks listening here in the community will express an interest and get in touch with the Alliance and let them know that you'd like to be part of this crucial work for our city, and that you will be joining us soon and fill out the board once again. It's very important. This work takes a lot of time, and the board was set up to have 9 members, and we really need all those 9 members to get our work done well. So we really hope that we'll be able to fill those positions soon. And again, if you know someone who you think is right for this, if you think you're right for it, we really want you to apply, and we hope to get those seats filled swiftly. All right. Any old business? Any new business? All right. We have such a short executive session for some legal updates, and we're not expecting to take any votes there. So if folks, we will come back to close the meeting, but We don't anticipate there'll be further business
Are you
to,
going to do the oversight vote now?
we just did it.
Or too early?
That's okay. I know, I put through it. All right, anyone want to make a motion to adjourn to executive session?
I'll move.
Okay, second? Second. All in favor?
We go.
Okay. We're back. We did not take any votes or make any decisions in executive session. Somebody like to make a motion to just,
I'll make the
Oh, wait,
motion.
wait, wait.
Yeah.
oh, wait, one thing, we have one other thing before, sorry.
Yeah, just as a professional announcement, I do have to ensure that I declare that moving forward with any business matters, I will recuse myself from any matters involving the City National Bank. I just want that on the record.
Okay, thank you. Now we can accept the motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
My second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
I promise.